Hi friends, welcome back or welcome if you're new here. My name is Mali. Today we're going to be attempting a 24-hour readathon, but with my January TBR. So about a month ago, my January TBR jar picked out 8 books for me to read, and I still have 4 of them left. I had attempted a 24-hour readathon last year and I thought it was really fun. I definitely got a lot of books read in that 24-hour reading period, and I really wanted to do more reading challenges and vlogs like that in 2025. We are going to be doing it quite differently this time though, because I am not going to put a timer. I am going to do 24 hours straight, and we're not going to stop and pause it when I'm not reading actively. I'm just going to let the time go. So that means I'm going to try my damn hardest to stay up. I'm not going to do an all-nighter. I have never done an all-nighter, not even for college. So I'm not going to be doing that to read. My issue though is that when I'm reading at night, I get really sleepy. Anyways, let's talk TBR. These are the 4 books that are left from my January TBR, and something that I really want to do this year is really try to read my TBRs, my monthly TBRs. I feel like it's not productive at all if I'm picking out 8 books for my TBR jars and then not reading them, because then I get excited for those books. You guys get excited and then I never read them. First book on my TBR is The Unwritten Book by Samantha Hunt. I actually started this book yesterday and I'm gonna leave this book for last. I'm not even gonna be mad if I don't get to this book, because this book is quite lengthy. It's 300 pages and it uses all the margins, baby. There's a lot of words in here, but I am quite thoroughly enjoying this. This is non-fiction type of memoir. I'm only 24 pages in, so I really can't paint you the full picture of what this book's about, but so far we're talking a lot about the love of books, the love of language, the love of words, the love, grief, death. It's a lot of things I have already started highlighting and annotating and dog-earing. I am enjoying this so far. The next book is The Coin by Jasmine Saher. This is Palestinian lit about a girl in New York City selling fake Birkin bags, and it sounds really amazing. A lot of people have liked this one and I'm very curious about it. Next, I have How It Works Out by Marianne Lacroix. I don't know how to say that author name, I'm so sorry, but this is Canadian sapphic lit and it has something to do with parallel universes. I don't know, I talked about this one quite recently in my 2025 list. It sounds really good as well. And then the last book we're going to be reading in this video is How to Love Your Daughter by Hilla Blum. This book has been in my TBR for a good year and I don't know why I haven't picked this up, because it sounds like something I will really enjoy. This is about a very fragmented mother-daughter relationship and I eat that shit up. Like, it's my favorite thing to explore in literature, and this cover just gives like it'll be so devastating. So I'm really excited for this one as well. That is the TBR for this video. I think the first book I really want to start with is The Coin. It's been calling to me all January and I hate that I haven't gotten around to it. Oh, I love this. It's not even full pages. That's another chapter. You see? Oh, this is gonna be quite easy to read. All right, so it's 7:44 right now. I'm gonna start at exactly 8 a.m. So I'm gonna get my coffee and then I'm gonna get cozy in my bed. I'm gonna start the readathon. I'm so excited. I hope I get a lot of reading done. Let's get started.
Where did the time go? How do we move so far away? Holding on, how much can we both take when love is an echo? I can't hear what you're saying when love is an echo. I can't hear what you're saying.
Apologies that I haven't been able to update you guys in the entire day, but it was damn impossible to do so because there has been construction all day long in my house. They're quite literally tearing down a house in front of my house, so like right across the street. So I have been reading the entire day. I have 14 hours and 13 minutes left on the clock, and I have finished The Coin. I did not like this. I didn't openly hate it while I was reading it. I think the quick and snappy chapters definitely made it so that I was constantly turning the pages, but it went nowhere plot wise. Like the plot that we were promised on the blurb, which is her getting into a Birkin bag scheme, that happened for like maybe 20 pages at most. I definitely thought that the main plot was gonna center around this event, that we're gonna see how that probably affected her down the line, maybe repercussions came from that. Is mainly just following this Palestinian who's really wealthy actually, and she isn't. She acts like she's poor or she's struggling in America. No baby, you're not. You literally have an inheritance and an allowance, and you wear designer, and you live in a rich part of New York City. You live in New York City, period. I'm just really tired of the unhinged, unsound women genre that really doesn't go anywhere. The ending was a mess. I didn't hate it when I was reading it, but it did nothing for me. I neither liked this nor disliked it. It was just like, it's a book. I read it. You know what I mean? I think the blurb should definitely mention more about her being a middle school teacher, because that is the main plot line, really, if we look at it, because she is a middle school teacher and she is a really unorthodox type of teacher. She completely forgoes the syllabus and she crosses a lot of boundaries with her students. She's kind of lawless in the classroom, and nothing super weird like romantic or nothing like that, but definitely she's leading them in the wrong direction and she thinks she is untouchable. And yeah, I didn't really like her as a character. So that was the coin. I really don't know how this made it into some people's favorite list. I don't know. I think I'm missing something. I think me and the unsound women genre, like I don't think we gel. I don't think we ever did, to be quite honest. I didn't really care for the coin, but I'm glad that I read it. I'm glad that I picked it up. And now I am reading How It Works Out by Miriam Lacroix. I am excited for this one. So far, I'm liking it. I'm 30 pages in. I unfortunately have not read a ton today. It is 6 p.m. and I thought I would be a lot further into this book than I currently am. So it's fine. This is a realistic 24-hour readathon. I've been doing other things while reading. I've not let the timer stop, but I've been doing other things. Now that the construction noise is done, I can definitely come on here and talk to you guys a lot more. Yeah, let's read How It Works Out.
Quando o piano já não quer mais tocar e as teclas pretas não saem do lugar.
So we're about halfway through our readathon. We have 11 hours and 58 minutes left, and I thought I would come on here with a little update because I just reached page 100 of How It Works Out, and I am quite liking this. Follow this couple, Allison and Miriam, and the book is divided in chapters, and in each chapter there's a different alternative to their relationship. So in one chapter they find a baby abandoned in an alley and they take that baby in and they raise him like their own. In another chapter, they are hungry cannibals and they eat each other and then they eat their babies. In another chapter, they find running. They find that running brings their relationship together even though they're not speaking to each other. In another chapter, they're famous celebrities who have been together for many, many years and their relationship is now not what it was before, ever since Miriam had a episode. I'm really liking this. I like that in each chapter it feels like a different Miriam and Allison, because depending what is new on the relationship, their relationship could be from very loving, very tender to just cold and bitter. It's really interesting. I think that all the different alternatives of the relationship is really fun to explore. Feels interconnected. It feels like we're really exploring all the different dynamics of love. And yeah, I'm really, really liking this so far. So I'm going to continue to read this for a couple more minutes, but I'm actually going to be pausing the timer because I'm going to be heading out with a friend of mine. And I said yes, because one of my resolutions or one of my intentions for this year was that I didn't want to let reading just stop me from hanging out with my friends, you know? For example, I had been wanting to hang out with my friend this week, but because I knew I was going to film a 24-hour readathon, I didn't say anything to her. But because she invited me out, I just didn't want to say no to her, especially since I had been wanting that time with her. So I'm gonna put a pause on the timer. We're gonna be out for a couple hours, and when I come back, I'm gonna try to stay up as late as possible, and we're gonna continue on with the timer. Good morning. I definitely fell asleep last night. I did not last not even 3 pages after I came home. So yesterday I came home from hanging out with my friend at around 1:30ish in the morning, and I was awake, but what did me in was sitting down in my bed and then reading. I get so sleepy when I'm reading in my bed at night, especially that late. I'm really, really happy that I went out with my friend last night. We had so much fun. This crazy DJ set that mixed FK Twigs and a Charlie XCX song, and that sounded insane. So about the readathon, I had paused the timer when I went out with my friend just because I wasn't actively filming or actively reading or even falling asleep for the readathon. You know what I mean? So like since I went out to do something else, I paused the timer, and then when I came back, I unpaused it, fully thinking I was gonna read more than 3 pages, but I didn't. So we have now 4 hours and 26 minutes left, and it says we're going to complete this around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, so that's much better, because if I hadn't paused the timer, the readathon would have been over by now, and I wouldn't have completed anything else, and I wouldn't have felt like I read enough. So now we get a little extra hours of reading. I'm still reading How It Works Out by Miriam Taus. Miriam Lacroix. I haven't read much since the last time I spoke to you guys, so I'm gonna read this for the rest of the day. Hopefully I can finish this because I'm like a little bit under halfway through. This has 210 pages and I'm on page 106, but I'm hoping to finish this off in the next couple of hours and then pick up How to Love Your Daughter and start a third book at least in the readathon. I wouldn't complete it, but at least I will have it started. So those are the goals for today. Let's start reading. Hi guys, good morning. It is the day after the readathon has ended, and I just thought I would come in here and do a wrap up. I didn't pull an all-nighter like I wanted to. I think honestly, the next time I do this, I'm gonna buy energy drinks. The goal of this video was to read my January TBR, and I did that. So in this video, I completed The Coin by Jasmine Sahar. I actually don't feel too strongly about this book. I neither enjoyed the experience nor did I dislike it enough to DNF it. It just felt very like, okay, I'm reading a book, I'm just reading, you know what I mean? So this really did not do anything for me. Unfortunately, I was really excited to read this. Then I read How It Works Out, and I really like this one. This one really worked for me. I remember saying that this was like a parallel universe type of thing. So like we follow this couple, Allison and Miriam, and we follow them and their what ifs in the relationship. So like, what if we had children? What if this was different? What if we were celebrities? What if we were my boss? And we follow so many possibilities on the relationship, and we see how each possibility affects the relationship. In some of them, they're just friends. And some of them don't even get together, and some of them they're madly in love, and some of them they're like the relationship is in a rough patch. This is more short story than anything, but it didn't feel that way. It felt like a cohesive novel, like everything connected, and I really, really enjoyed this one. I will definitely be on the lookout for more Miriam Lacroix. Also, please let me know if I'm saying that wrong. I'm pretty sure I am. I think the one that I really enjoyed the most was the one where Miriam and Allison get a taste for each other's flesh, and they make a shit ton of babies in order to have constant supply. They literally kill off their children. Dark, but it still maintained like a very funny, lighthearted tone. It didn't go too dark. And then the book that I started yesterday and didn't complete was How to Love Your Daughter by Hilla Blum. I know that I'm gonna love this one. I know I'm gonna adore this one. It started off really, really well. I can tell it's gonna be devastating. So in this one, we follow a woman who is estranged from her daughter. It's been many years. She raised this child, but in adulthood, the daughter, wants nothing to do with her mother. And so this book goes back in time to tell us what happened, what made it so that a daughter and a mother don't speak to each other anymore. And I thought at first that was going to be like a very like broken relationship from the start, but so far we get the impression that the mother loved her daughter way too much. She adored her child so much, and she did her best to raise her the best that she could. So it's not a matter of like the daughter lacked love growing up. I think something very, very small happened so that their dynamic completely shifted. The blurb says something super interesting about this book. I'm gonna read it to you guys. It says, "In the blindness of love, what do we fail to see?" I am so sorry to continue reading this one. I will definitely be finishing this off in the next couple of days, and this will feature in a February reading wrap up. So stay tuned for that. And then we have the unwritten book. I never picked this one up during the readathon. However, I did pick this one up the day before, and I am literally only like 24 pages in, but I am really, really liking this. I have a couple of dog ears on this. While I didn't pick this up in the readathon, I will consider that I did read my January TBR because I did start 2 books and I completed 2. I am going to be taking my time with the unwritten book because I can tell that I'm going to really enjoy this one. So I will come back with thoughts on it on my February reading wrap up. I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry I have to wait so long, but so far I'm really enjoying this one. So that's how the readathon went. All in all, I thought it was really, really successful. I did read all of the books of my January TBR, starting off the year off right, because last year I would not reading my monthly TBRs, and that was not good. I'm hoping to make this a monthly thing where I will try my hardest to read my monthly TBRs in a week or in like 24 hours. Stay tuned for more videos like that coming up in the future. In the meantime, I will be saying goodbye here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you very, very soon.